Hey guys, welcome back to another Reader's Workshop mini lesson with your reading teacher, Mr. Trainer. We have been working super hard to monitor our comprehension by following our inner conversation, that inner voice, the inner thinking that goes on in our head as we read. We know that inner conversation can say many different things to us, and tuning into those gives us a better understanding of what we're reading. Today, I've got another strategy to help you really tune into that inner conversation so that you can better understand a text. And this one really works well with non-fiction text because we know that non-fiction texts have a lot of different information or lots of information on a page that the author wants us to know. The strategy is stop, think, and react. So they are the three things that we're going to be really doing today. To do that, before we read, we're actually going to set some goals for the different parts of the text where we're going to stop so that we can actually have some thinking time and pay attention to our inner conversation. It may be every paragraph. It may be after every single page. Now, this depends on the text that you're reading. It could be after each subheading on your page. Once you have stopped and thought, you're going to jot down. This is the react part. This is where we really think about what our inner conversation is saying. Today, I'm going to be reading a text about Ramadan. Now, this is super important for us at the moment as Busher Street because we have a lot of students who are experiencing Ramadan. Now, Ramadan is a certain time of the year for Muslims where they fast, meaning they do not eat food for a certain part of the day. Now, because this is something I want to learn a lot about, there's a lot of information here. So my goal is to stop after every paragraph and to think about what that information is. And I really want to tune into my inner conversation. So I'm going to react to that. Ramadan, sometimes spelled Ramadan, is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, during which Muslims fast or do not eat or drink during the daytime. Now that's interesting because it says that it's the Muslims or the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. Do they have their own calendar? That interests me. The date for the start of Ramadan is slightly different each year, depending on the position of the moon. Once Ramadan starts, Muslims do not eat or drink between sunrise and sunset. This usually continues for 30 days, but sometimes 29 days. That sounds like such a hard thing to do. They would get so hungry, I know I would. Fasting is supposed to teach Muslims about patience and spiritual things. It is time for Muslims to think about how the poor and homeless suffer without lots of food. It helps Muslims to be more obedient and less greedy. During Ramadan, Muslims ask to be forgiven for their sins and they pray for help in stopping them from doing bad things. Muslims believe Ramadan is the month in which the first verses of the Quran were revealed to the Prophet Muhammad. I think it's great that they use this time to reflect on those who are worse off and they also practice gratitude. I think that is such a really cool thing that they do. Not everyone has to observe Ramadan. Children do not have to fast. They should start when they reach the age of puberty, so long as they are healthy. People who are traveling long distances do not have to fast. Pregnant women do not have to if they think it might harm their unborn baby. Sometimes sportsmen do not observe the fast, although there are disagreements about this. For example, the Olympic Games in 2012 fell in the middle of the holy month. This made it very difficult for the sportsmen who could not eat or drink during daytime. I wonder how many children do it even though they do not have to. I know there's some students at Busher Street who practice fasting during Ramadan. I also want to know, did it impact their success at the Olympics for those who did fast while they were still at the Olympics? When the sun goes down and it gets dark, the Muslim people will start eating again. This is called breaking the fast. The meal is known as iftar. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. There are often big meals enjoyed together by lots of Muslims. Sometimes markets are open after iftar and stay open during the night. Ramadan is also the month where the Quran was sent down to earth by the angel called Jabril. I would be so hungry by this time. I bet they eat lots of yummy food in a big feast. And I can see down in the pictures down here, I'm looking at the pictures also and I'm reacting to the information I can get from them. It looks like they have a huge feast all together as a family, and I think that is awesome. So there you have it. That is me making a goal so I can stop, think, and react to all of the different parts that are going on in this text. So remember, pay attention to that inner conversation. Allow it to have some thinking time and allow yourself to react to some of the things that your inner conversation is telling you. So make a goal, stop, think, and react to the different things that you are thinking about as you're reading.